I moved to Sleaford in December 2018, where I'd had a number of kind of issues over the previous sort of 12 months of, I had an investigation at work, which was spurious, but it takes a toll on you. And then my first day at Sleaford, I went to a road traffic collision involving a 16-year-old girl who was killed in front of her parents. And it had a significant impact on me. My daughter had just done a ectopic pregnancy as well and lost a baby. Some other bits and pieces going on. And I think having dealt with that incident, and I dealt with lots of different incidents involving death and what have you in the past, but that one just had a profound effect on me. And I started to sort of feel my mental health changing. I didn't really recognize it. I guess after sort of 18 years of policing, I just figured I would be able to deal with anything that life threw at me. I've been to murder scenes, I've been to crashes, I've been to, giving messages of death to people. I've done so much that you kind of just think nothing can affect me. I'm kind of made of stone, and my emotions and my, it kind of allowed me to deal with pretty much anything. But then that incident in particular, added to a number of other things that were going on, really did impact me badly. And the next month or two, I just got worse and worse and worse, to a point where I was contemplating suicide, because there's such a stigma around mental health within policing that we are macho, we are these kind of protectors of the people. We can't possibly be poorly or suffering with mental health. So I didn't go to work and ask for help. I went to my doctors, and I got counselling a couple of months later, and then started to kind of turn things around and kind of try and improve the things even things like my diet, the way I did things, spending time on my own, exercise, lots of different things that just helped me kind of balance my brain out. And I went to the doctor, I got tablets that I'm still on now 2 years later, because they make a difference and they help me. I had a panic attack in the back of a police car with a prisoner. Just lots of little things that made me realise that I really was quite poorly. I had some flashbacks for a little while, and as I went through my counselling and learned how to deal with them, they sort of started to change. But now I still take medication for anxiety. I don't know where it came from. It just sort of appeared, and one day we were travelling in a car, we were going to custody, and all of a sudden I needed to open the doors, and I couldn't sort of get across to my colleague to stop the car and let me out. And it's a really difficult thing to sort of acknowledge when you've got somebody in the car with you, a prisoner, and you're trying to get a message to your colleague to say, stop the car, I need to get out. It was an awful thing. And from that point, I've never been in the back of a police car since. When we talk about anxiety, we think people are just anxious. And it's more than that. It really is. You feel like the whole room is closing on you. Your chest starts to hurt. You start to sort of get palpitations, and then the panic sets in, and it really is an awful thing to experience. And I've no doubt there's cops out there who do suffer with it, who don't know that it's treatable. I think things are changing. I think they are changing for the better. I know Lincolnshire Police I don't know if it's nationally or just Lincolnshire, they've just introduced a crisis line for officers. It's almost like the Samaritans, but just for cops, which I think is a step forward. I think the issue will always be that people worry about their careers, promotion, being able to do certain roles. If they see they want to be an armed response officer in the future, they don't want to accept they've had mental health problems, because that might then stop them having some sort of career progression in the future. And it absolutely should have some impact on what you can and can't do if you're suffering. But, I think people need to understand that you can get help, and then once you've had that help, you can get better, and then it shouldn't be then held against you when you want to try and progress your career or move sideways. I think just accept that sometimes you can be poorly. People can't see it. It's in your head, but it's no different to you having a broken arm or a fractured leg. You do need help, and actually it's not as impactful as you think. You can go and see the doctor. You can ask for some help. There's medication out there which you can take, and it can have a huge effect in a small space of time. It doesn't affect your career. You can, and I think there's an acceptance now that mental health is a big problem, and that don't ignore it, because it only ever gets worse. You can't beat it by yourself.